Folks, there ain't nothing worse than a dry, no flavor, burnt up chicken that's coming off the grill. But you ain't gotta go there. I'm gonna show you the perfect way to cook a grilled chicken and it be tender and so much flavor. And there's 3 different kinds of marinade. So come on, I'm gonna pluck the feathers off of it and get it ready to go. Hey, thank y'all for stopping by the backyard on a glorious day, and we got big news. I'm talking big. You know what it is? Sadie had puppies. Yep, Shan, she was having to help her. She's a pup midwife. I was on the road gone, and we got 7 little babies. They like little fat white cotton balls, but even the puppies get hungry, and Sadie and all the little hounds needing groceries. And what are we talking about this week? Woo, grilled chicken. How to get the most flavor out of it, keep it tender. We're gonna show you 3 different marinades that we put on it, but also we're gonna show you how to cook it and what you need to do, whether it be direct heat, indirect heat, or on the smoker. So let's get the cock-a-doodle-doo and get after it. So let's talk about this chicken that we're gonna cook, and I'm using chicken breasts today, and they are pretty big. And a lot of the time when people get a big old honking chicken breast like that, they just season it up and throw it right on the grill. I love to take this chicken and put him right in this little plastic bag. But I want you to see the thickness there, Shannon, as we get in there. That is a big chicken breast. Now, put him in this little bag, and I'm gonna tell you what, it's been a mean little chicken it is. And what do you do with a mean chicken? You beat it. Now, it don't take much. When you take that chicken and you make it this size and you break this membrane down, he's going to accept seasoning and marinade a whole lot better, but your cook time is going to be quicker also, but your marinade time is going to be quicker because you need to let all that soak in there and just let it stay. And when it's this shape with it broke down, and you can see how it split this breast on the bottom, it's going to let all them flavors get in there a whole lot better. So really we're speeding the process up. I'm going to give you 3 different kind of marinades that all are going to bring out a different flavor. But when we're talking marinade and we're talking chicken, we got to have an acid in there that's going to help that break down some. And we sort of changed these up as we went through there. But the first one is what I call so good. It's got balsamic vinegar in there and a little honey, and it just makes things break down, and you get that sweetness, but you get that bitterness there, sort of out of that acid there. But when you put that all together, put it in a baggie, it needs to set at least 4 hours. Now, I've done them overnight and they're even better, but you gotta let them set at least 4. So that is contestant number 1. Let's go to number 2, and this is probably my classical favorite right here, and you can see that good red color in there. Guess what that's got in it, Shannon? Just
adobo sauce.
You're not lying. This is what I call my little Mexican spicy chicken, and it's got that adobo sauce in there, and then it's got some honey to bring it all together, some chili powder, some oregano. It is so good. So that is number 2. Number 3, I went back to the first chicken I ever cooked on the grill and brought this one out. Let me see how I could phrase it. Is Italian. Okay, Shan? Yes.
Italiano.
Yes, Italiano. I like to take me just some Italian dressing, but in this one, to create the acid, we're going to get some red wine vinegar, and we're going to pour in there and let it all settle. But then we're mixing up some good spices, some red pepper flakes, some brown sugar back in there. We all got to have a little sweet to combat the bitterness there, so it all ties together. And when you get that sweetness, the caramelization is going to help give that just a really glistening, shiny effect. Right here behind me, I have a hasty bake, and folks, we got a discount code going on here, so you can look down there on that link and get that. But we also got the pit barrel fired up. We're going to cook them 2 different ways here. So I put me some oak in there to start with from the good folks at Fogo, and then I got me some what? Alderwood. Now folks, if you got chicken or you got fish, I do love me some of that alderwood, but guess what else goes with it? Some good apple wood. Got to have some apple if you're doing chicken. So they're already got some smoke in there. Grills is clean, hot, and oiled and ready to go, so I'll meet y'all at the fire. The first method I'm going to show you, and this is the one with the balsamic vinegar, is going to go right here in the pit barrel. Get her spread out there, and then I just like to take that and just let it just drip back right on there. That is looking some of that good. Now to that, we're gonna add just a little bit of the original. Who sang that song, Smoke Gets in My Eyes?
I don't know, but it definitely is.
So we got him seasoned up. Guess what? It's time to put the lid on there and let the smoky goodness begin. So why would you be wanting to do it this way, you ask yourself, Cowboy Kent? What is happening? Well, okay, in this pit barrel, the fire is way down here. And we got this good smoking action that's just going over there and creating that wonderful smoke bath. And we're gonna let it cook at about 205 or 10 degrees. And we're just gonna let it smother it and go all around till we reach that temperature of about 165. And then we're gonna what? Take the lid off. And then we're just gonna let it get some good color and a little more of them grill marks on there, and we'll be good to go. Well, this be my chipotle pepper, my favorite chicken of all kinds. And I got me some tinfoil out here and 2 little pats of Kerrygold butter. Yes, you gotta have them. This is Mark Murphy one time told me on Chop when I had wrapped some meat. This is sort of a French way of cooking cuisine-like meals. And I'm thinking, what did he say? French? I don't know nothing about the French or cooking, but when you can wrap this with foil, keep you some butter in there for that moisture, you're actually having a steaming effect. And you can put it on the hottest side of the fire you got anywhere, and we're gonna let it go about 5 to 7 minutes. So let me get it wrapped up. And when you pull that out of that marinade, don't pour that out because we're gonna need it right here in a minute, so save it. So the hasty bake says what? It's on that temperature that says, whoo, I am hot. So it don't matter where you put it, we're gonna set it right there. I'm gonna crank the fire up even closer to it because I want some things to happen. And let's go back to method number 3. Behind door number 1 was a pit barrel, and that chicken is just smoking oh so well. Behind door number 2, there is a steaming little chicken breast. And guess what? Number 3, folks, this is the one that you're going to have to pay attention on and not walk off and leave. It is the Italiano chicken, ain't it, Shan? Hear that sound? That is a marvelous sound. And guess what? It's going to get some of that Red River Ranch mesquite sprinkled right there on top. Now, like I say, we'll have to keep an eye on him in a minute and flip him over. We're just going to let him set and not bother nobody. After a bit, we'll check that temperature on that one over there to see where he's at. But folks, we're just going around the hen house right now. It's about 6 minutes on that one side, and we've been about 5 on this other. And guess what? It is time to take the luggage rack off of it. So let's get that foil off there. And folks, there be some steam coming out of there and things be getting hot. So looky there. I mean, that is tenderness right there. Don't be wasting none of that there marinade. Just put him on there, and we're going to pour some more on there out of that sack here in a minute. But whew, things is happening now. I can smell the goodness. Well, there you have it, you do. Unos, dos, and tres. 3 little chickens that all come off a different method there. One smoked, this one wrapped in tinfoil, got that Kerrygold butter and just bathing all in there. And this one just grilled in Italian dressing. But remember, all of them was flattened with that rolling pin just a little. And let me see, they are all cool. Now, if you was to be wanting to do all 3 of these at the same time, start the smoked bird about 25 minutes before you put them on there, because he too has to reach that temperature of 165. Let's go ahead and cut the first contestant, which is the chipotle chicken it is.
Zoom in here.
And we're going to get in here and whew, look at that flavor.
Oh,
and,
wow.
I mean,
Look at
it is
that
some
juicy.
juice. So let's cut the smoked bird. And he is, oh, so tender he is. Pull him out of there, and there we go. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Goodness. and the little pups be wanting a bite of each one. Because remember when oftentimes you be grilling that chicken and chicken come out dry? Folks, this is not dry chicken. This is what you call just right chicken. So, my pups is wanting a little sample, and they preferred the smoked method. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 pup bites. Where did Duke go? Did he quit us again already?
He went back to bed.
He went back to bed. So, let me be thinking about the beagle. Sadie, Mage, where you, I can't, there's the Mage, and here is the Sadie. Yes, everybody's had a bite, and Duke quit early, he did, so I'm gonna have a bite of each one. There is so much flavor come out of that chipotle marinade. I mean, it is so good. Kentucky Fried Chicken say finger licking good. Kent said, hey, you better just lick your paws off and go on, because what are we gonna do? Whoa, whoa. Sadie ain't into all this dancing. And look who has showed up. It is the Duker. So sorry about that, folks. We have to dance slow.
She's not used to the happy dance.
Look, they're coming out from under the house, Shan. Anytime you get food ready, what happens? Sadie, quit. People show up.
That's better when you got.
Well, folks, I told you, as always, when you got food, they even crawl out from under the house to find it. That's my good friend Bones. That guy is so entertaining. I'm telling you, he is good to go. Everything that we used in this video will be listed right down there below, as it always will. All the marinades, everything you need to know to grill the perfect chicken or smoke that yard bird. Woo, it is so good. Remember our last video that was just come out last week? What? You didn't see it? Well, rewind there. We ask y'all to pray for Ruthie, a little child who's got leukemia and is fighting that battle, and whew, y'all have reached out so much, folks. We've got so many emails already that say, we're praying for Ruthie, we're praying for Ruthie. But we've also got a lot of emails from parents that their child was sick or they had lost a child. So folks, there ain't but one thing to do, and I just think we need to lift them all up, and I thank you for praying for them and listening to them. So, oh, Heavenly Father, we just lift up all them little children, Lord, and just bring them to you, and all the parents, Lord, that are fighting that battle too, and we just ask you to be with them. Be with all the caretakers that are watching over them, Lord, and just keep them safe. And thank you again for the many blessings, Lord, because you are the miracle maker. Thank you again for all that we have. Forgive us where we fail you. In Jesus Christ's name I ask these things, amen. And guess what? If you stick around till the outtakes, I think there's going to be some puppy pictures from Sadie. As always, I tip my hat to all our servicemen and women and all the veterans who have kept that old flag flying over camp there. We salute you, we are proud of you, and we're always going to have that flag in camp. Shan, Andy, appreciate y'all and all we do. Thank you so much, and God bless you each and every one, and I'll see you down the perfect grilled chicken trail. Oh my gosh, fly, gnat, bug. Let me clean that up.